Hello and welcome back to the Perfunctionist channel. So this week we're looking at a preset that I've created based on the Line 6 Helix model of the Mesa Boogie Mark IV, which on the Helix is called the Cali 4. So you may well have seen some of my other videos and other presets that I've done for the Line 6 Helix. They're all available to download for free from the custom tone part of the Helix website, which I will link down below in the description. If you do like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe for more content like this if you're into kind of Helix stuff and guitar gears. But we've been focusing a lot on the Helix in the last few months or so. So yeah, subscribe if you want more Helix tips. And if you do download any of my presets and you feel like you want to give something back, they are for free. But if you did feel like you want to give something back, then you can buy me a coffee, or buy me a literal coffee, on the link in the description below as well. And just kind of basically send me a couple of quid my way just to help out with the channel. So I've been a fan of Mesa Boogie amps for many years now. I used to have a problem with dialing them in. I think some people still do. I think if I was to do this on the real Mark IV amp, I probably would have trouble dialing it in because Mesa Boogie amps have a tendency to be a little bit more on the complicated side, where you turn up the treble, it doesn't necessarily turn the treble up. It's just the way it's wired. I think that comes across on the Helix as well. I know that on the Helix, the guys at Line 6 model the components of each of whatever they're modelling. So in this case, the amp, they'll model the different components and kind of put it together virtually, and that's the model you get in the Helix. But enough of my technical jibber jabber. Let's check out some tones. So here is the layout on my Helix for my preset for the Mesa Boogie Mark IV model that they have on here. So what do we have? I've done my usual snapshots along the bottom here. So we've got clean, push, crunch, solo. You'll notice this time I've put them as capitalized to try and differentiate them from the lowercase, well, mixed lowercase and uppercase of the effects here. We're on clean at the moment. If I go into stomp mode, there's a couple more effects here which I'll talk about in a moment. So we've got clean, push, crunch and solo. I do have the double tracking effect using the delay here, which is this one here. I was toying with the idea of going back to the double take because someone mentioned in the comments recently that something called the Haas effect, which I need to look into, but apparently it may sound good in your ears using the delay effect, but and may sound better than the double take effect in your ears, but what might not necessarily sound as good in the front of house. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I need to look into that, and maybe I'll do a video on that as well. But for the moment, we've got the delay version here. You will hear that. I've only got that attached to the crunch channel at the moment. Oh, there we go. And we've got a bunch of effects here, mainly non-drive effects for the most part, because I wanted to let the amp do most of the tonal talking. But we've got here a phaser, the kind of basically a phase 90 type effect here for the solo. I actually wanted to put a phaser, a flanger there, but there wasn't enough DSP to have a flanger, so I stuck with the phaser, which is something I like doing with the real amp and pedal setup as well. Gone for the Trinity chorus. Chorus effect, as you will have heard. I think it's a tri-chorus as well, if I remember correctly. In fact, it kind of makes sense because, yeah, we got all this left and right stuff going on here, and centre stuff. So left, centre, right. So yeah, so that's a tri-chorus. Dual delay for our delay effects, which you'll hear, and as I said, we've got our double tracking effects here. Also mentioned these here. We've got the compressor, which is currently only on the clean sound, on the clean snapshot, and we've got the Minotaur here, which is the Line 6 model of the Klon, which I like very much. Okay, so here's the clean sound. There you go, nice and clean. I've got my reverb again. room reverb. I did originally put the dynamic room reverb, the new one, which we looked at in last week's video very briefly. But there's a couple of reasons why I went for this one. In fact, the main reason is not everyone's going to have downloaded the new firmware. So this will be, most people will probably have access to this. Anyone who hasn't downloaded the new 3.15 firmware update won't have the new dynamic, all of the dynamic reverbs that they've added, including the dynamic room reverb. So I've decided to stick with this one. And yeah, so it's just there for a bit of kind of ambience so it doesn't sound too dry. You may also notice I have two amps here. I've got the currently the clean amp, the Cali 4 Rhythm 1, and I've got the Cali 4 lead. I think there's 3 channels on the Mark V. There's definitely 3 channels of the Mark IV. Sorry, did I say Mark V? I think there's 3 channels on the Mark IV. There's definitely 3 channels, 3 presets on here, 3 amp models for the 3 channels. So it may be 2 channels, but the first channel has 2 modes. Maybe you boogie experts can kind of let me know. I could go and check it out for myself, but I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, so for the crunch and for the solo, I've got the lead channel there. Let's check out some more clean stuff. Let's add some delay to that as well, actually. As seeing as we've got the delay and the compressor on, let's add some chorus to this clean sound. That song reminds me, if I switch out the chorus for the phaser, we can do this song as well. Right, let's move on to the push. So the push, nothing else on, just readjusted the amplifier. Still on the clean amplifier, by the way. if I want to, I can add the minor tool. Yeah, just to add a bit more drive to that channel, give it a bit more yeah, so I like the minor tool there. Alright, let's keep going. Crunch channel. So you can hear the double tracking effect on there. That's it without. Let's do something with the double track on as well. Alright, let's keep going. Here's a solo. The solo on its own with no other effect on. And let's add some delay to that. Actually, let's go back to a previous song. Let's do this. you have it. That was my preset on the Line 6 Helix model of the Mesa Boogie Mark IV amplifier. I hope you enjoyed that, I hope you liked it, I hope you find it useful. As I said at the beginning, you can download this for free if you have a Helix and you want to have use some of those tones. You can download it from the custom tone part of the Helix website. I will have the link in the description below. If you do download it, it is for free, but if you do want to give something back, or if you just like what I do on this channel, then you can buy me a coffee, a virtual coffee, just basically giving me a tip, and which will be much appreciated, by the way. So if you've made it this far, you are a proper trooper, and I really do appreciate you still being here. Let me know in the comments below if you prefer to get your tones on well, we're doing a Boogie amp today, so would you use a Boogie amp? Would you get your tones from the amp itself, or would you like to add pedals to enhance some of those tones? Mainly your drive tones I'm talking about. So let me know in the comments below, because I think some people do prefer to get all their tones from the amp and not use any pedals. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Apart from that, I hope you are well, and I'll see you in the video next week.